Hello and welcome to Wildcat Game Day Preview. I'm Brielle Lowry, joined here by Kaplan, and we're here to bring you all the talks about this week's upcoming Saturday game against Wisconsin. The Cats are coming off a big win against the Maryland Terrapins last Friday, one they were expected to lose. Calvin, with the improbable win pulled off by the Cats, what do you think Northwestern did well?
Well, Brielle, I think it starts with the play of Jack Lausch at quarterback. Against both Indiana and Maryland, Lausch came out and performed at a high enough level to give Northwestern a chance to win. And of course, last week they came out on top. Lausch topped 200 passing yards for the second straight week, and Northwestern knew coming in that they would have to avoid turnovers against a Maryland defense that entered the game with a plus 11 turnover margin. Lausch and company did just that, and the rest of the Cats rallied behind him for a truly remarkable performance, with 4 turnovers forced on the defensive side. Concerns about Lausch's accuracy still persist to some extent, but there's a lot to be happy about for Wildcat fans overall.
Excellent point, Calvin. I think Lausch has really started to find his groove here with the Cats. Last week, Northwestern ran less than 50 plays and put up 37 against the Terrapins. That's about 0.75 points per offensive play. Yet, your concern about accuracy is completely valid. At this point in time, Lausch is sitting at a 53.5% completion rate, one of the lowest for starters in the Big Ten. Improving this would greatly help Northwestern's offense and lead to more efficient passing plays, something that, through conference play, they have shown they struggle with at times. They currently only average 180 passing yards per game, the third lowest in the conference. Is there anything else you think Northwestern needs to improve upon before they take the field against the Badgers?
Well, one concern of mine is the lack of involvement of Cam Porter, who is coming off a recent injury but accumulated just 38 rushing yards in his previous 2 games. The Cats largely got away with it against Maryland's porous pass defense, but Wisconsin should be far more stingy. They've allowed 168.2 passing yards per game this season, good for 17th in the FBS. Northwestern absolutely has to get Cam Porter in a rhythm this game, and the presence of Joseph Hyman and Caleb Komolafe as change of pace backs will be crucial as well. Lausch has also shown ability with his legs over the last couple of games, and against the Badgers' 66th ranked rushing defense, there will certainly be yards to be had on the ground if Northwestern commits to the run.
You mentioned Wisconsin being 17th in the FBS for allowed passing yards per game. While this is impressive, Northwestern has seen this level of defensive pressure before when facing off against Duke and Washington, who are currently 10th and 1st for passing yards allowed per game, respectively. It will be interesting to see how Northwestern handles this level of pressure, yet again, as the last 2 times have ended in devastating losses. On top of this, something we have seen from Wisconsin's last couple of games is their defensive ability to keep scoring low and allowing their offense to shine. In fact, they've outscored their last 2 opponents, Purdue and Rutgers, 94-13. Calvin, with this in mind, what do you think is such a big part of Wisconsin's defense and offense this season?
I think that the Badger defense has given this team some major energy to work with over the last couple of weeks. We saw Rutgers' only points come in garbage time of the 4th quarter last week, and Wisconsin's defense has started games strong in general, allowing just 26 first-half points all season when excluding the blowout loss to Alabama. In particular, last week's spotlight was on safety Preston Zachman, a redshirt senior who came through with a whopping 10 tackles, along with his 2nd interception in the 2024 campaign. Zachman is just one of many talented players in this Wisconsin secondary, another reason why Northwestern must create a potent ground attack to win this matchup.
I totally agree. And overall, I would say we've had some great analysis on both Northwestern and Wisconsin for this upcoming game. Taking everything into account, can we get your prediction for this score on Saturday?
Absolutely. I think that the home crowd will show up in force for Northwestern, and the lakeside environment will be one of many factors keeping this game close. However, I do foresee the Badgers largely stifling Northwestern's offense, with the Cats falling just short by a score of 24-21.
You heard it here, folks. The Cats have a loss on the horizon, according to Calvin. Let's see if his prediction holds true, shall we? You can catch the Cats this Saturday at 11 a.m. Central Time as they take the field by beautiful Lake Michigan for the last time this season. Thank you so much for joining us, and make sure to tune in next week for another episode of Wildcat Game Day Preview. For Calvin Kaplan, I'm Brielle Lowry, and we'll catch you later.